When you look at the league, and we watched some bad quarterback play last night. Now, Bryce Young, he's a rookie. He gets a pass.
He's young.
He's raw. He's young. You see their little talent there. He's got to get some weapons. All right. TBD on Bryce Young. Derek Carr, we kind of know who he is.
Yeah.
He's got a good team around him. Derek Carr, they won a big, again, division games are different. Going into Carolina, you know, it was going to be a little battle. They got it done.
I think he can win them enough games to make the playoffs in that division.
Watson,
he looks like a lost cause right now.
Oh, man.
Honestly, if we're being real, probably looks like the worst contract in sports.
Ooh. Right now it does.
I mean,
I got no rebuttal for that.
Like DeGrom signed a 5-year, 170, 175, hasn't pitched at all.
Right.
They owe him $229 million going forward.
I know. At least DeGrom early in the season, you saw okay, he's still DeGrom, but you knew the injury was waiting to happen. It was done. Watson, I don't know if he could get back what he had in Houston. I don't know if it's mental. I don't know if it's the lack of weapons, the offensive system. Is this Stefanski? I have no idea.
Plus the stigma of just having him on your team.
I know. It's not good.
I mean, because I'll be real, there are a lot of people when Watson's name gets brought up, we get very, I would say, intense texts, which are not wrong. I understand people's point of view. It's very difficult to talk about these things. Our own law system couldn't find a way to clean this up properly. And so us talking about it is very difficult because we're kind of guessing and there was settlements and things like that. And
all we're trying to do is talk about the quarterback.
But even that, there is a stigma for that fan base.
I know there's a stigma. There is, no doubt. Jimmy Haslam, the owner. Kenny Pickett's just not good.
I don't think he's very good at all.
He doesn't throw the ball away. He doesn't see it. I mean, he tried to give the Cleveland Browns a couple interceptions. George Pickens was about to lose his mind on the sideline. I said, this guy can't give me the ball. This guy can't deliver anything.
As we go right back to Brock, there's always the draft compensation. One guy's Mr. Irrelevant. One guy's a first rounder. They're in the same draft. They could not be more apart in terms of how they process information.
Right.
All right. And I'm looking at bang for buck as we talk about quarterback play. No doubt about it. The worst contract in sports to me is Deshaun Watson. Nah. Maybe the best in sports might be Brock Purdy.
Oh, it is. He's not even making $1 million this year.
I mean,
he's running 2-minute drills with no timeouts, going 75 yards. He's not even making $8 million this year. This guy has to shop at Kohl's right now. He can't even shop at Neiman Marcus. He can't go to Saks Fifth Avenue. He can't go to the top of the top. He can't wear Gucci right now.
Well.
I mean,
we'll get to his Toyota commercials that are coming out right now. But the Tampa Bay Rays would drool over the value you're getting from Brock Purdy.
You don't think Billy Beane is over there saying, wow, look at John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan. I've never done that.
It's unbelievable.
It is unbelievable. So this year, our poll question for today, YouTube poll question. Shout out to YouTube. Of course, powered by First NorCal Credit Union and Twitch. This year, this season alone, do you need a top 5 quarterback, a quote-unquote top 5 quarterback to win the Super Bowl? Right now, 59% say no, 41% says yes.
Are we just saying any team, or are we saying the Niners?
Any team. Any team. Do you need a top 5 quarterback? Now, some teams do need a top 5 quarterback. Like Kansas City, they need Mahomes.
Yes, absolutely. But because they're paying him so much.
But I believe this season is an outlier in terms of, it would not surprise me if a quote-unquote non-top 5 quarterback was to win a Super Bowl. Because I think a lot of people don't consider Brock Purdy a top 5 quarterback.
Well, Eli Manning is a great example. When he won at least one, you could say at least one, they did not have a top 5 team. They snuck into the playoffs. Now, by the end of the year, they were humming, right?
They had a good team. They had a really good defense.
A good team. Good. There were some great teams around at that time.
But no, Hakeem Nicks, Mario Manningham, Victor Cruz.
You went Hakeem Nicks
Hakeem Nicks is good for that.
He's solid.
Dude, Hakeem killed Green Bay in that divisional round.
If I was going wide receivers of the 2010s, I'm not going Hakeem Nicks in the first 25 names.
Oh, yeah, the first Plaxico run. Plaxico in 07.
They're very good.
Right. Hakeem Nicks was good in that Super Bowl run. He was a beast.
I'm not denying that.
I wanted him to be a Niner out of North Carolina.
Were the Baltimore Ravens a top 5 team that year when they beat the Niners?
I don't think they were a top 5 team.
They were just outside of it.
They were just outside of it.
But they went on a great run.
They were outside of it.
It does feel like right now we might be having something like that. And maybe you look up and Mahomes wins another one because he's so great.
This is where I thought you were going to go with those New York Giants teams. Was Eli Manning even a top 5 quarterback during those Super Bowl years?
Well, that's what I meant by the quarterback.
I don't even think, quote-unquote, in terms of quarterback rankings, I don't think Eli was top 5 because you had Brady, you had Rodgers, you had Big Ben, you had Phillip Rivers, you had Drew Brees. That's just 5.
Yes.
And then if you want to throw Matt Stafford, Matt Ryan into the mix, sure, go ahead, do that. I said Phillip Rivers. And then later on, Andrew Luck, who came in,
Andrew Luck was
blazing.
so good.
He was good. He's coaching at Palo Alto now. Good story by Alex Simon.
Maybe he should coach Stanford. We'll save that for 4-down territory.
Yeah, Stafford. Wow.
How do you lose to Sac State?
That's embarrassing.
You know what that reminded me of?
And the former coach.
When they lost to UC Davis.
Oh, I remember that.
And Buddy Stevens, or was it Walt Harris? It was one of the two.
Walt Harris.
Walt Harris. The white Walt Harris, not
White
the
Harris.
one who played for the 49ers.
Yeah. Or the Chicago Bears.
Remember there were talks when they were like 1-11? Like, should they literally drop
the program?
Yes.
Yeah. And then Harbaugh came to save the day. That was a terrible. Losing to Sacramento State. Good luck in Japan. Laura Wakefield, that's our dear friend. She works down there at Stafford, Wash House, Washington Eagle. Laura Wakefield, good luck trying to get people to come to the game this year. Maybe I'll take Big James for Family Day just to do you a solid, Laura.
I'll be real, though, that is a fun experience.
It's
a Stanford
great experience.
game is a fun experience.
It's a great experience. It's a nice stadium. It's perfect for that,
you can
for that
sit
team.
anywhere you want.
Well, especially this year. They're looking to give away some tickets. People still may not go for the free. Do I want to drive down to Palo Alto and park? I don't know.
Now,
well, you're going to be able to get good parking. Traffic won't be that bad. You'll be able to get in and out.
You know what's going to happen? 3, 2, 1. We're going to get a Jordan Watkins text to both of us about how Stanford's really not that bad.
Jordan Watkins, J-Dub, you know it's bad. It's bad for you, boy. It's bad down at the farm. But is this the year? Is this his year? 888-957-9570. 888-957-9570. And basically what we're getting at is Brock Purdy a top 5 quarterback right now? No. I'm okay with saying that.
I think he's in that 5 to 12 range right now.
That's crazy, right?
I do. I don't think that's an egregious thing to say. But look at quarterback play around the league.
If Brock Purdy's the 12th best quarterback,
you can win a Super Bowl. Yes.
I agree with that.
Yes.
I agree. I think this is the year.
Yes.
You can win a Super Bowl
I think he's
with
better
a
than
quarterback
12.
who's just outside the top 5.
We haven't seen any stinkers, right? So I am allowing, like, he's going to have a stinker at some point. We have seen a guy play, to me, somewhere in that, 5 to 12 range. I don't know, but like he's been really great. He's been really good. Like, if yesterday, and I think he's probably going to have a game where he turns the ball over multiple times. Every quarterback does in the history of the game. Every quarterback's got that multi-turnover game. It's just, it happens, all right, for whatever reason. His play has been so consistent. And if that is a bad game,
yeah,
man, we got a good player on our hands. We got a good player on our hands.
Hey, Shascaz, you're listening to 95.7 The Game, KGMZ FM and AC1 San Francisco, always live on the free Odyssey app. Download the Odyssey app, your favorite 95.7 The Game for the best and most up-to-date sports coverage. Don't forget, you can also watch us every day on our YouTube and Twitch stream, sponsored by our very good friends at First NorCal Credit Union. Just log on and search 95.7 The Game. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel while you are there. We got Sterling Bennett on the board. We got Sam Lubin back here producing Jasky and Bonze here on the roast on a Tuesday morning. And we're talking about quarterbacks and whether or not you need a top 5 quarterback to win a Super Bowl this year. Again, I was blown away by some of the rhetoric after the win against the Rams.
What part?
The part that, oh my gosh, they did not look good. Oh my gosh, Brock Purdy missed 2 deep throws, 3 deep throws. Oh my gosh, you're not going to win. I walked out of that game thinking, okay, the quarterback was solid. Mm-hmm. Defense made adjustments. Bosa started applying pressure. Like I was listening to Dan Dibley yesterday talking about, well, Bosa didn't do anything. It's like, did you watch the second half? Did you not watch Bosa push the pocket and beat double teams and get closer and closer and closer to Matthew Stafford? 97 was in that backfield a lot in the third and fourth quarter. Fred Warner, Isaiah Oliver, they made their adjustments. But at no point did I think, boy, Brock Purdy's killing this football team. I agreed with every read and every throw he made. So far this season, if you want to talk about Patrick Peterson undercut George Kittle, okay, 1 no throw at the most. Jimmy Garoppolo had 5 no throws a game.
And 50 dropbacks, 60 dropbacks.
60 dropbacks, 1 no throw.
Well, and I think when we talk about quarterback play, I'm dead serious. Whose brain, outside of Mahomes, is better than his? Forget arm and the size and being able to take hits in the pocket and all these things that, you're going to have to showcase that over a long period of time. But like brain, because if we all agree that I think brain is the most important aspect to quarterback play for Kyle Shanahan, do you see the field? Do you process?
Right.
Whose brain you taking? Like, how many brains in the league at quarterback are you taking over Brock?
I like Mahomes' brain.
Of course.
I like Tua Tagovailoa's brain. I really like Joe Burrow's brain.
Okay.
I kind of like Jared Goff's brain, even though he threw a pick six. But Jared Goff has a good. He processes well.
He does.
He's taking that Detroit team to another
I mean,
level.
he just had an interception, but he had the longest streak of throws without an interception up to that point.
Jalen Hurts.
Yeah,
I love his brain. He's a smart customer.
Yeah,
he's a very smart player.
I agree.
Trevor Lawrence.
I love Trevor.
Trevor Lawrence,
but he
threw up a dud on Sunday.
He has refinement to be had. Yeah, exactly.
He threw up a dud. So those are just some of the brains there. Russell Wilson, you want to say he has a brain, but it's not translating. I don't know if it's coaching. I don't know if it's personnel. I don't know what the heck is going on in Denver, Colorado. But he don't look right.
He's a guy that right now just doesn't trust what he sees at all.
Did you say Matthew Stafford has a good brain? So, I do. I thought he read the game very well.
I do, but I also think at times he has irrational confidence, which overrides common sense. If that makes sense, I could fit this in here, or he just gets very careless. However you want to break that down. Bosa on the back down play. Bosa's bringing pressure, the one that Fred Warner knocked down, and he's just got to get rid of it quickly. So is that being irrational? Is that just getting rid of the ball? Is that trying not to get hit?
Right.
There's many elements that get baked into why you throw a ball.
All right, so Swizzy81 spent $5 on YouTube. Swizzy81.
Thank you.
So thank you for the $5, and I guess I got to read this. Glock 13 with the extended clip. Hit multiple targets. # bars. $5 well spent.
Oh.
Glock 13 with the multiple clip. With the extended clip. Look, hit multiple targets.
You got to protect the ball, and you got to get the ball to your playmakers. I think we kind of overthink quarterbacking at sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes. Like you got to be able to hit the guy on the 40-yard in route. Like no, just get it out to the playmakers so they make plays and win the game, and limit the amount of negative plays for your offense. The guy does that.
How do we eliminate the negative thoughts from the fan base? Just the last 24, 48 hours. It's almost as if, oh man, we only beat the Rams 30-23. That's not good enough. I don't know where this stuff comes from.
Is there an NFL AP poll that we need to,
Right. Did they drop into BCS standings? The BCS is back in the NFL. What are we doing here? It's a divisional game. Divisional games are different. Mm-hmm. The Rams are better than we all thought. And when they get Cooper Kupp, they're going to be a problem. Brock Purdy played fine. If that's Brock Purdy at his worst, think about that. Brock Purdy had a solid game. We gave him a B. Some people gave him an A-. Some people gave him a C. Whatever. He still dropped 30 points against the LA Rams. He still dropped 30 against a divisional opponent that just beat up on Seattle.
Doesn't it feel like the Brock Purdy narrative? It reminds me a lot of the Golden State Warriors. And I'm not. It's not a like-for-like comparison. But when I hear other people talk about Draymond or Klay Thompson, what do they always preface things with? Well, I don't think Klay would be a number one on another team.
Right.
Well, I don't think Draymond would be as good as he is on another team. Well, it doesn't really matter. He's on this team.
Right. Yeah, I don't like.
I feel like we do the same thing with Brock Purdy. It's like, well, no way he could do that with the Carolina Panthers.
Right.
Well, the Carolina Panthers aren't asking him to do it. The 49ers are asking Brock Purdy to play quarterback for them.
If he was on the Chicago Bears, oh my God, it'd be a struggle. Yeah, I guarantee if you put Mahomes on the Chicago Bears, he'd struggle a little bit too.
I think he'd struggle.
I mean, come on.
To some degree, yes.
Come on. I don't.
It would look better, but how much better, I don't know.
So I
do you get where I'm going with that?
No, I understand
because when I hear people talk about Draymond Green, it's always and I look to some degree. I understand the point of view and I agree with it. Where it's like, hey, would Draymond look the same if he was currently on the San Antonio Spurs?
Probably not.
No, he wouldn't.
He probably has to do something different.
But part of team building, and this is what I love about building a team, is you need to get guys that fit your system,
right? That
fit into what you're doing. And sometimes when you draft someone, like I look at Joe Montana, I don't think Joe Montana would look the same had he been drafted by the Arizona Cardinals. Well, I think at the time were the St. Louis Cardinals. No, he would look different.
Right.
Boy, he was perfect for the San Francisco 49ers.
This is another thing that kind of bugs me, though. And I know where Deshaun Watson's at right now.
Uh-huh.
Xfinity Mobile text line 415. If you guys are giving Brock Purdy a B, I hope you gave Deshaun Watson an F- last night. We said Deshaun Watson was awful. He's not a good quarterback right now. For all the bleep you talking about, we should have drafted again. I'm sorry, with all the drama the guy has had in his career, the way he still plays it, I'm so glad we did not draft him. Well, did you feel like that before all the shenanigans went down a couple years ago. Let's not react to new information and say, oh, I'm so glad we didn't draft him. Because I guarantee you didn't feel like that after 2017 and 18. I guarantee you didn't feel like that after 2019. I guarantee you didn't feel like that in the offseason of 2021. So I don't want to hear that. 199. Still radio. Same exact conversation every day. Actually, it's a little different. But selective hearing, I guess. Selective listening. I see you spend $2. I'll read it, Shasky. I don't care.
In the words of Jay-Z, do you listen to music or do you just skim through it?
I think they just skimmed through it.
Here's my favorite 650 text that I've seen thus far. Rated BP13. I kind of like that.
PP13.
I kind of like that.
I like that.
Yeah.
I really like that.
I do like that.
I kind of like that.
Let's go to Sunny.